Donald Trump is trying to push a new conspiracy along with many other Republicans, both in Congress and in conservative media. But this new conspiracy theory is that the FBI somehow planted evidence at Mar-a-Lago. Here is what Donald Trump put on Truth Social. The FBI and others from the federal government would not let anyone, including my lawyers, be anywhere near the areas that were rummaged and otherwise looked at during the raid on Mar-a-Lago. Everyone was asked to leave the premises. They wanted to be left alone without any witnesses to see what they were doing, taking, or, hopefully not, planting. And again, over the last, I would say, 36 hours, we have seen this, the FBI is planting evidence, talking point emerge more and more. It's coming from Republican lawmakers. Like I said, it's coming from conservative media. Fox News, Ainsley Earhardt yesterday on Fox and Friends was pushing this. So that's the new talking point, right? That's what everybody is pushing, that the FBI somehow planted evidence to make Trump look guilty. And by making this claim, they're actually making Trump look guilty. His post on Truth Social makes him look guilty as hell. Because what they're doing, they know the FBI didn't plant anything. So what they're doing is they're trying to set it up for when the big revelations do come out, right? When we find out what evidence they found of potential criminal activity, that's when they're going to come back and say, see, we told you they planted it. We told you this all along, and that totally wasn't mine. They must have planted it there, just like we've been saying they would do. And of course, most of that base is going to eat that up without question. So that's why they're laying the groundwork now with this particular talking point. So that when the bad stuff comes out, they'll just claim, yeah, we told you it was planted, not us. Move along. We're the victims here. I didn't do anything wrong. They're playing the long game because they understand this is going to be bad, right? The FBI doesn't just randomly show up at somebody's house, raid everything, and then everybody goes back to happy, normal family. They conduct these search warrants of the premises of individuals when they're close to an end, especially in a case like this involving the former president of the United States. This is not something that they just did on a whim. It's not something that they woke up that day and thought, you know what, why not? Let's go ahead and do it. This was planned far out in advance. It was approved by the highest possible people who had access to this information, approved by a judge. All of this was on the level, and they wouldn't have done it if they weren't close to a conclusion, because they know what kind of talking points people like Donald Trump are going to throw out there. And they want to make sure that they're almost completely ready to go so that those talking points don't have enough time to really grow roots within the Republican Party and make the department look bad. That's my theory. It's a lot more plausible than the one that Donald Trump and his conservatives are pushing, but folks, this is the level of conspiracy, I guess, that we have to deal with now. It doesn't matter what they come out with. They could come out and say, look, we found 2 dead bodies with Donald Trump's fingerprints all over them, his fingerprints on murder weapons, and his base is still going to think, nope, that totally didn't happen. So it doesn't matter what they come out with. There's going to be a good portion of the population that straight up doesn't believe it. But we've already known that. But hopefully they can come out with something relatively quickly so that the moderates, the people who may be a little weary now, maybe feeling a little sympathy for Trump, understand that this wasn't a political persecution. It was, in fact, a criminal investigation. Hopefully that happens soon so those people don't get too sucked into the right-wing propaganda. But again, we have to wait. We have no idea what the timetable is here. We have no idea technically what they're even looking for because we don't have the warrant. Trump does. He won't release it because if he releases it, it's going to, of course, kill all of those wonderful Republican talking points that they're having so much fun with this week.
This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.